And we're live.
It seems like a lot of comics won't do universities. Is that because of, I guess the audience gets offended. The audience looking for a safe space.
Chris Rock and Seinfeld don't.
And that's bullshit. I don't understand what happened to our country, that colleges used to be this weird bastion of open thinking and open-mindedness, and everybody took a joke. Even when I did colleges when I started, and everybody was fine. And it did start to happen about near the end of me doing colleges. They were like, you do that whole bit about your mother being mentally ill. We don't think it's okay. Mental illness is a disease. It is not something to joke about. And I was like, well, you guys are fucking stupid, because everything is something to. Something about, there was a joke about some gun joke happened, and fucking Twitter blew up. And I was like, guys, it's a fucking joke. Everybody lighten up. He's not saying it was, and people like, not all, and then it started all this PC bullshit. Oh, nothing. It's you can't joke. There's certain things you should never joke about. Name it. Abortion? No, just abortion jokes. I did it. I did late term abortion bit in one of my specials. I just think, when did we become this weird? Like you guys are younger than I am. So when do you think this happened? What happened that made us this kind of society full of, and I use the word pussies.
Put your finger on when this show got so PC. No,
when this show got PC.
Yeah, I'm just fucking because we started.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I think some of it has to do with like the everybody gets a trophy generation, right? Because I came up in the I guess very early part of that, and my dad was very adamant against it. Where like if I did like soccer as a kid at like 6 and our team sucked because I fucking hated soccer, and at the end they bring out that giant pallet of shitty little trophies and like, all right, everybody gets one. Like my dad would like make sure I knew on the way home, like, hey, they gave you a trophy, you didn't earn that. And I was like, Dad, I'm 5. Like, yeah, I know, and it like drilled it in.
Dude, I did the same. Let me tell you a story. I did this to my daughter. We went, she was playing, and I think I talked about it in Evolution. Their team was fucking horrible. They were fucking, like, one kid would stand by the goalie and he would just spin and flap his arms and like pick shit off the ground. He'd never even looked at the ball. And at the end, we show up. They wanted to go to the trophy ceremony. They called us and they go, "You have to be at the trophy ceremony." And I actually thought this. Good. They're gonna make all the kids show up so we can watch the kids get trophies. Good. This is gonna be great. They're gonna make all the other kids feel a little shitty about themselves so they work harder next year. Good. I'm happy. We go there and everybody gets a trophy, and we get in the car and my daughter's in the back seat, and I go, "What do you think?" And she goes, "Why did we get a trophy?" And I go, "What do you think?" She goes, "I don't know." She goes, "We didn't win any games. They won 2 games because the other team forfeited. They won 2 games because the other team didn't have enough players to play." Oh. And I go, I go, "Do you think you earned that?" She goes, "No, I don't think we did." So my daughter was pretty cool, and we had talks about that. 2 years later, she played on this soccer team where they made the finals of this like all California tournament, and they came in second. And I played like that day they had to pay. I get a little teared up because I remember how hard she worked. They played 4 games that day at this final day of the tournament, and they walked home with this medal. And we get in the car, and I go, "What do you think about this one?" And she goes, "We earned this one." And she remembered from years ago when she was a little kid. So, and I think all we've done is damage children. That's all we've done is damage children. So now everybody thinks, and oh, by the way, and parents, my dad didn't give a shit about my opinion. Every parent now thinks his kid, no. What did you want, Thomas? What did you want? No, let Thomas speak. He's got an opinion. Fuck it, Thomas. He's 6. He doesn't get an opinion. Eat your sandwich, shut up, and be quiet.
I have a totally different take.
I know Ingalls Wilder rules at my house at that age, where it was like if you went upstairs, you let the parents talk and you speak when spoken to now. Like that was the way it was. You get your soda and you leave. Like they don't give a fuck what you think.
We had a voting
what do you think about
system
gun control
in my family? My father got 5 votes. My mother got 2, and my brother and I each got 1. That was how voting fucking worked in my household.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
No.
Wait. Your dad got 5.
5.
Your mom only got 2.
Mm-hmm. And then the kids each got 2.
As Dad said, 1 for each ovary because that's all she's good for. And your brother each got 1 vote. Is that correct?
That's right. So collectively,
and what kind of family quandaries would be solved using this this sort of United Nations of
you
insanity?
Never knew what would be solved. In fairness, 80% of the time it was for picking the movie, but it could be applied to anything.
You were raised with Banana Republic rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can just shut the shit down. Hey, did you guys got all the, hey, Dad, I've added up the votes. Even if we all vote one thing, you still have one more vote. Fucking exactly. No, shut up. That was my dad too. You didn't get a vote. No one cared what the kids thought, and because of that, you had this sense of earning something. You had to, and I think we've lost that. You know, I don't know why we went off on this. I got a whole different take on
the participation trophy thing. We talk about the movie again if you want. But I think, like your daughter, kids know exactly what that participation trophy means. It's a certificate of losership, right? And it's not a surprise to anybody. I don't think the whole safe space thing is coming from a position of weakness. I think it's modern day fighting. I think they've weaponized being a victim. And suddenly I have a power over you because you've hurt me in some way. Now I'm offended and I'm going to fucking force it on you until you unoffend me.
Yeah.
And
just cry bullying.
Yes. So that ties into my theory. I think it's when they stopped bullying, right? If there was bullying on the level that existed when I was a bully, right? When they ran you off the sidewalk with their car, then people wouldn't do the safe space bullshit. But now this is how you bully people. You tell them you're offended and you extract apologies.
Bullying early and often.
Yeah, I think bullying, like I told my kids early on, and I probably sound like a psycho. I told my son and my daughter, I said, listen, anybody bullies you, I go, you hit them right under the nose as hard as you can. I go, listen, you may get your ass kicked, but you will never get messed with again, ever. I go, I said, throat, eyes. I used to say this, right into the nose, throat, eyes, or knees. I go, you can kick them in the knee as hard as you can. I'm not kidding. You think I'm kidding?
No, that's great advice.
Because everything you need to learn in life happens in the first 6 years. I mean, I honestly believe the first 6 years, you learn, that I have to eat. If I don't drink water, I'll pass out eventually and mom will take me to the hospital. You learn that there's certain things you have to do. And bullying, there's these big lessons in life that you got to stand up for yourself. And we become the society where kids don't have to stand up for themselves anymore. Everyone else steps in for them. And then what happens is they're 18 and we all go, hey, have a good life. And they walk out into the world and, and they get hit by a fucking bus because you didn't teach them that buses hurt. You don't step
and they walk out there, spouting off their opinions as though they have some validity, where it's like, no, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You're still a child. Like, I disagree with Woody's point of like most kids see through the trophy thing.
Okay.
Like, no, I think that comes down to the parents' reaction to it. I, as a kid, was able to see through it because I was given a trophy. I'm a dumb kid. If someone goes to me, you earned this. You did a great job. Good for you. You tried your best, and that's all we can expect from you. I'll be like, oh, well, then I guess my best can translate into whatever behavior I exhibited that day, so okay, I always deserve this. Whereas if you're a kid who's told, no, you didn't earn this isn't yours, then they're going to look skeptically at all of those kind of blanket trophies, and they'll maybe think more, maybe inquisitively, and be like, my opinion probably doesn't mean that much because just the way I got that trophy, these are just people pandering to me, being like, oh yeah, is that what you think about communism, you little 16-year-old retard? Oh, you've got it all figured out. Like, yeah, I think a lot of it all comes down to parents.
I agree. You're not smart enough at that age to actually understand that, oh, this is not how the world works. You said your kids like the parties, they get it. They don't get it. They just like, oh, I just don't have to work and I still get shit. Okay. I think that, and that's a weird
path of least resistance. And if you give them out to always get.
And now we're back to my kids living with their mom. Good job. That was a nice callback, bro. You walked, they're going to the path because Dad, because my kids, I expected something. I expected they went to private schools. I expected performance in school. I expected honesty. I expected integrity. And when they didn't get it, they got in trouble. But their mom goes, "Oh, it's okay, honey. It's okay. You did your best." Yeah, but he's gonna when he gets on his own, his best is gonna not get him anything. He's gonna be living under a bridge in a refrigerator box. I'm not okay with that.
Was there something about the 90s? That whole decade that seemed like it was just a decade of plenty and peace that you think influenced people to be like, we can aspire to be a better, gentler race of people than our forefathers were. Everyone can have a trophy. Like we can all be winners. Do you think maybe that happened? And then of course we get into right at the beginning of the 2000s, the 21st century, we get 9/11 and it's this weird culture shock. I don't know. I think that something about the 90s, it was so plentiful and peaceful the whole decade, really, For us, it was for America.
I was worried I was going to get drafted. I didn't know. We had a fucking Vietnam vet sit on the desk in front of classroom, hold up a newspaper with print so large it took the entire upper fold, and it read, "It's war." And he says, "Kids, if you're going to be in the military for any length of time, this is what you can expect."
What year was this? Was this the Gulf War?
Yeah, 90.
Yeah, but then the next week happened, and you knew it was all good.
We won.
I don't.
We did win, but
here's what I'll
we
say.
stayed there.
I think you have.
We've been at war
I think
since.
both of your opinions are right. I think the 90s were like, we all thought the tech boom happened, and we all thought, oh my God, technology is amazing. We can make anything happen with technology. That's part of it. Then I think 9/11 happened, and parents were like, holy shit, at any minute, it could all go horribly wrong. I need to protect my children. And that's where the helicopter parent came from. Was like, don't let them get near anything. Don't let them get hurt. Don't let anything, protect them at every turn because, terrorism. You got to remember before that 9/11, we had no fucking concept of terrorism or shit blowing up or people going to, U-Haul and driving a van through fucking 300 people. We didn't have any concept. We live in a different world now and it's just become fucking normal. I think that's what bothers me.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like, I think. And now all the kids we're seeing, the younger millennials and Generation Z or whatever the next one is, we're kind of seeing all of that come to fruition, where a bunch of kids who were never told, that's dumb, that's stupid, don't say that, you didn't win. We're seeing them grow up. And they're so cocksure of themselves, all the way up to what, level, like age 35? That's like where millennials cut off.
But look at Zuckerberg, though. Zuckerberg, I mean, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe being totally confident in life and having no insecurities, anxiety, and knowing you're a loser like I did, maybe that's a good thing.